fancy intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
Welcome back, everybody, and I know we don't typically do a static YouTube video on the weekend. However, I got told last night that the pack that I designed is finally here. The real one. Not the one that we had last week, which is like, it felt like it was based on my idea. And technically, not just my idea, your idea too. But remember last week we had the Pike's Crew video where I complained about this $100 Pike, or was Pike, Moreau, Chen T'laan, which is fine. It was $100 though. The price point very high, and not even allow you to unlock Pike. You would have to done 2 to unlock Pike, and it's just like one of those where I don't know, just you want to just disappear and scream into the void, why? Or you come back to the video and go, hey, it's actually not that bad. So here we are, where Rev is actually happy because I've got the $20 version of that pack that I asked for that contains Chen T'laan. Now let me show you why I'm excited about that and why it matters. Now, if you are a completely free-to-play player and you don't want to spend money on the game, that's fine. In this video, I'm also going to explain why Chen T'laan are so important, why they're so powerful, and give you an example of how it works if you did not know. But this pack here for $20 allows you to unlock Chen and T'laan, and not just unlock them, take them multiple tiers. So just if you only bought one pack, $20, look at that. Look at this price point. Holy crap. And I do have to point this out, y'all. This is a test. If this pack doesn't do well with the $20 price point, they might not bring it back. It's a limit of 2 days right now. But in terms of value, it is extreme. And I want to explain why it's extreme in this video. So 60 Chen shards is going to give you almost a tier 3 Chen immediately. So you need 10 to unlock her, 30 to level her up, and then you need 40 to go to the next level. Man, if only there was a useful tool that I could put up that would tell me exactly what I need. Oh yeah, STFC.space. Look at that, wow. Thanks, Ripper, we appreciate you. You have amazing stuff. So you can see over there the percentages of how Chen works, but you can also, on that website, scroll down just a little bit and it'll tell you how many shards you need to max out. Now you can see I've already got mine maxed here in the background at 300. So that's how many you need to max her out, hence the 5 limit. If you purchase these, you'll max out these officers and give you quite a hefty bonus. Now, is that really needed? Yes. Here's why. Because some of you might look at this, especially newer players, and go, well, it's just an uncommon and a common officer. Why would I spend my money? The truth of it is, Chen is more like an epic officer in an uncommon form. This is literally the meta for hostile grinding below level 52. So for most players in the game, for 1 to 3 years of your gameplay, this is the meta. This is the most effective tactical. It's it. This is what you run. So really, I'm so happy about this. So in terms of value, for $100, we talk about getting things like prime officers for $100 if you're willing to spend. This is more important than prime officers. Doesn't mean that you don't maybe want to get that at some point, especially if you can free to play grind it. You can also still free to play grind Chen, but this allows you to greatly expedite the process. And then let's not forget that there's also T'laan here, and I don't want to just ignore T'laan. So let's look at their abilities over there on the side. So you see objective defense for T'laan, a 5, 7, 10, 15, and 20% reduction to kinetic weapons. We'll talk about why that's important here in a second. And then switching on back to Chen, you see a 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30% reduction to energy weapons. So the reason this is great for hostile grinding, for example, traders, which is the main thing that we grind in our faction grinding, have one weapon and it's an energy weapon, which is why we use Chen so often against like a Federation trader. So let's go take a look at a log and explain why they are so good. So back it on out, and then we'll go to my messages where I'm obviously grinding all kinds of things all the time. So here's a Federation trader, level 43, with my auger running Pike, Moreau, Max Chen against this trader, and you can see I take basically no damage. I mean, really none at all. The reason being is if you hit the battle log, this thing only dealt 15,000 damage. I stopped 10.6 of it with mitigation thanks to Moreau, and then only received 864 hull damage. So Pike, Moreau, Chen, especially a Max Chen, is one of the most powerful tools in the game. Now, if you want the actual math behind that, cool, I can show you to you. So here's the actual ship. Ignore the fact that my stuff is currently in French at the moment. We're going to fix that. But the DPR and everything for this ship is ridiculously high for it to only deal 15,000 shot. So here's how that works. Here's why that works. Thanks to this handy dandy. There's so many of these charts, but this chart very useful. So this is, you see PMT, PCT, PM Cath, and PMC. So let me explain what all those are. PMT is Pike, Moreau, T'laan. You can also use that for Picard, Beverly. Remember, Pike, Moreau, Picard, Beverly do the same thing. They are basically identical twins from different generations. Now, Beverly and Moreau work a little bit differently, but they do the same thing. They just do it in a different way. So Pike, Moreau can also be Picard, Beverly. So Pike, Moreau, T'laan, tier 5. And you've got PCT, which is Pike, Cath, T'laan. The T is representing the level of Cath. And then you go to the bottom, you see Pike, Moreau, Cath, T5, and PMC, T5. We're going to focus on the bottom one and the top one, because that's what this pack is allowing you to get quicker than you normally would. So Pike, Moreau, Chen, here's how it works. So you see the 2.2 with Pike. What that is when Pike and Moreau have synergy, or Picard and Beverly, it creates a multiplier based on their captain's ability, or Pike's captain's ability, which is right up here. Increased effectiveness to officer abilities that activate in combat. So 1.2. Now you see 2.2 over there. That's because you take the base, you add it to the bonus, creating 2.2. Why does that matter? Because now we're going to multiply. Chen's ability is 30. We multiply by 2.2, we get 66. Now you see right there where it says base of 30, that is base research. You have a research in the very beginning of your combat tree that reduces hostile damage by 30%. So 2.2 times Chen's ability, right here, 2.2 times this, 66 plus 30 equals a 96% damage reduction. So that's why this trader in the background is only doing a 14 and 15,000 shot, even though they're level 43. See on the chart, damage reduction, 96%. And with T'laan, you get 74%. It's not as good, but still quite good. And that's why Cath was invented. Cath gives you 85% if you have a maxed Cath. So the big card in this pack is obviously Chen. But overall, both of these are one of the most important sets in the game. And it's now giving new players and established players the ability to get them maxed out immediately, because it is difficult to do this. Now, if you are a free-to-play player watching this going, I don't want to spend $20 or $100, that's fine. A tip that you can use to try to unlock and max out Chen faster is if you go to your standard recruits, you'll see I've only got 85, but I can click this one. Only with standards, you can buy standard recruit tokens with Latinum. So if you have Latinum sitting around, you're doing away team missions or regular missions, you can use Latinum, 400 per max pull, to then try and get Chen and T'laan shards. This is the long scale free-to-play pathway of going about it. It will take some time though, because it is RNG. You're going to get the cadets and other officers that aren't giving you what you're asking for. And what I mean that you can't pick that you're getting Chen. And if I had to choose, buying specific officers and everything, I would love the ability to buy Chen T'laan. That's why we pushed for it, and that's what we now have in the store. So in terms of value, it has immediately become one of the most valuable packs there is that they've ever put together. And they did it to listen to us and put it at the price point that we asked them to put it at. So on my new account, this is worth $100 to me. Even if you don't spend 100, it's worth 20 bucks to me. And I'm curious to see if it's successful, and really going to be trying to educate players on like the newer servers, 85, 81, 77, etc., who may not be aware that this is valuable, and explain why it is. And that's the purpose of this video. So if you would be so kind, hopefully this video helps you whether you're free to play or you are a spender, because I gave you a way to get it for free. Is also explain why it's so freaking good. And you can put your comments down in the comment section below. If you'd be so kind, put your comments down in the comment section below, just because, well, I want to know what you think. And heck, I want to know if you think it's valuable, and you can tell me that. That way that feedback can go back to the team. I'm going to push it, not just because it's a pack that I helped design, but that because I really think that it gives people what they want in 2 degrees. People are always asking for cheaper packs in the game, and they also want to feel like they're getting better value in these packs. And you can't get much better value than the best hostile grinding officer in the game being less than $100 to unlock. Remember, we just had an entire pack that just came out, and I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just saying, remember last week this came out, was $100. Did not even give you a whole pike. It gave you half a pike. 200 bucks in this, didn't max your Chen out. But 100 bucks in this gives you the best hostile grinder in the game. And then once you get to level 52 plus, we can start talking about Strange New Worlds. But that's not until you're like level 46 through level 50 and beyond. and there's only a handful of free-to-play players even there after 3 years. So let me know what you think about the pack. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully this explained why these officers are so good. And if nothing else, hope you enjoyed it. Live long and prosper. Stay safe with those Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next one. I'm outie.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.